welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, get a stretch. Oh, it's going to be a hot one today. There's like a heat advisory here for Florida, and yeah, it's supposed to be like feels like triple digits, so that's awesome. But at least the sun will be out because I'm getting some solar panels in, so that's going to be great. So I can I'm trying to run these 3D printers, at least these that are right here, off of solar energy. And so the bigger ones, I'm working on that. I'm going to try to figure that out. But yeah, but I think I'll be able to, with some more solar panels, be able to kind of keep those going. So we'll see. But then one of them's acting funny. And so I have it printing another thing. So I think it's the filament in there. So I might need to dry the filament, which is another thing. With the heat comes all sorts of humidity. And so I think that could be affecting them. So I'm going to dry some desiccant beads because I haven't done that in like 2 weeks. So I'm going to do that. And so that hopefully you'll keep the moisture down. And then the other printer here, that's just clogged or something. So I think, again, with maybe the humidity, but the thing is clogged. It's printing fine for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, which is great. Or maybe like a week, 2 weeks. I don't know, time is flying. And yeah, so I got to go and deal with that. But that's why I have untilit.works to be able to work on things like fixing printers and working on projects that I've been meaning to work on. So untilit.works consists of ciphers. And a cipher is a 3-hour block of time. Within each cipher, there's a session. There's a work session and a break session. Work sessions are like 45 minutes, heads down, we're going to be working on, trying to make some progress. Break sessions are these where I'll pop up on the video, taking over the screen to remind you to take a break, get up, walk around, drink some water, and or sit here and watch me talk about something I found interesting on the internet. Now, like I mentioned, I'll pop up in here on the video, and if you ever come to the site and we're in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen, and that's because browsers don't allow for autoplay video with audio. And that's why the notice there is saying you may need to click play to start the stream. Next to that is the open close caption button. I'm using the speech recognition API that's built into Chrome browsers to turn my speech into text. So if you click that button, a space will open up next to the video, and the words I am saying will hopefully be transcribed accurately and placed in that space. So there's that. What else is there? Let me pull this up. Oh, yeah, there's 2 other buttons. Don't worry about them. They're broken. To add a clip and create a highlight video, they're broken. I'll fix that at some point, but I've got other things I want to work on, which I'll talk about that. Then, if you like to, there's a countdown timer, kind of when the next work session will start. And then if you like to come and chat or ask questions, you can do so with the join the room link. Yeah, that's that. All right, cool. Talk about the work session. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah. So apparently better text and image quality with Imagine 4. Nice. Which will kind of fit into some stuff I'm trying to create. Been working on some new projects. I just started trying some vibe coding a little bit yesterday before the radio show. And I kind of like how the code was structured. It didn't work at all. But it kind of gave me, I'm like, I'm going to try and code it that way because it seemed like it had like modules in it, which is kind of interesting because there's like different parts. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. If you can like separate them out into different modules and then you'd be able to. So yeah, I was like, that's pretty interesting. So I started kind of like incorporating it and just kind of like doing it on my own. But it gave me the idea. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool way of structuring the project. So there's that. Neither here nor there. All right. So let's talk about the work session. Again, 45 minutes focus work. Over in the upper right-hand corner, if you check out subscribe, it has a list of all the upcoming ciphers you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the left is an audio player, so if you want to listen to some tunes while you're working on what you're working on, you can do that there. Here towards the center, we've got the to-do section. where it says add a task. You type in your task, hit enter or the plus button, it'll add it to the list. You can edit the task by clicking the text. You can delete it by clicking the X button, or if you want marking complete, click the checkbox. Now I'll then send it to the done section, and if you click the header done, it'll show you all the things you got completed. Then if you click the Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter in a brand new tab, and it will pre-populate a tweet listing out all the things you got completed with like little check marks next to them. So for me, it's like a nice way of being able to go back and look like I got some stuff done going into the week. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't get to touch anything, at least I know I put some time in during these sessions. Over in the right column, we have another countdown timer, kind of when the next break session happens. Again, that's like 15 minutes after the hour. And view tutorials. Now, if you don't have a thing that you're working on, like an but you heard web development sounds pretty cool, but you don't know where to start, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin Project. And from what I've seen from the curriculum and what people have told me that have gone through those programs, I think at the end, if you complete those projects, you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing web development. My bad. I was integrating audio video analysis into backend flow. I was thinking about like when I did that. This is such a long time ago. All right. So if you're already into web development, but again, you don't have an and you want to kind of like, work on something where you can just maybe like follow some instructions, end up with a project, and then through that, get your creative juices going, get your mind revved up to where you can then either, continue on with that project or come up with something totally different. I have links to 3 tutorials that go to the Vonage developer platform. I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage, and part of my responsibilities are look over tutorials. So one of the tutorials is at the end of it, you come up with this application, this web application where you have an input box and a call button. You put in your real world phone number in the input box, hit call, and your real world phone will ring and you'll be able to have a conversation back and forth. Then there's one where 2 users like log in to an application and one can call the other through the browser, just through the browser. Then there's one where you create the tutorial, you get a virtual number, you link it to that application you create following that tutorial. From your real world phone, you call that virtual number and you'll be able to answer in the browser in that application and have a conversation back and forth. So pretty cool stuff, I think. So those are there. Hako will come back to. Show and tell sign up. If you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that process. And don't worry about the highlight thing. That has to do with the other thing that's broken, and I'll get to it at some point. Hako. Hako stands for Help a Coder/Creator Out. It's a thing I made that if you ever get stuck working on what you're working on, you can create a Hako, which is like a room. You can then invite people to join that room. And the hope is that together as a collective, you'll come up with a solution and or feedback on a thing that you're working on. So if you're to click View Hako, it shows you all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on where they're logged in with, and check out the profile to see whether you'd like to request to join. I also have this filter by keyword list. So maybe there's a specific subject that you're looking for. Maybe it's in the keyword list and you'll be able to narrow it down by that. If you click Create a Hako, you're presented with this form. You put in the title and 3 keywords. You hit Create. It'll generate a unique URL that you can then copy and click to share to Twitter. Now, when you join your Hako, it looks like this. You got a title here at the top. You can leave with the leave button. Open the menu for some more options. On the left-hand side, we have a countdown timer, counting when the next break session happens. Again, that's like 15 minutes after the hour. You can copy the URL again, and you can click to share to Twitter again. All right? Now, when someone clicks your link, they just don't automatically join your room. They're requesting to join your room, so they'll show up under pending. You'll be able to click their username to open up Twitter or GitHub, again, depending on what they logged in with, to check out the profile to see whether or not you like to have that person join your room. Now, if you do approve them and they turn out to be a terrible person, you can always ban them and kick them out your room. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen. Because again, the point of the Hako is for you to get help or feedback on a thing that you're working on. And I think by being able to share your screen and showing others exactly what you're seeing, you can provide the context that will allow them to get you that help or feedback because they can see exactly what it is that's going on. Now, the way you communicate through the Hako, like I mentioned, there is a text chat on the right-hand side. You can put your message here towards the bottom, hit send, it'll add to the list of messages. Now, I also add the ability to enable audio chat. So anybody who has their audio chat enabled will be able to speak to and hear each other. But don't worry for the folks who don't have audio chat enabled. They'll still be able to follow along because what people are saying, we turn into text and put into the text chat. Then I have the opposite, where we enable text to speech. So if you're not looking at the text chat, you'll still be able to follow along because messages put into the text chat will be read out aloud by your browser. So if you're looking at another page, you'll still be kind of follow along with what's happening. Yeah. And then again, you can check out all the different hot codes that have been created. And that is it for the work session. All right. Let me get y'all back to work because I want to get back to work. Right now, I don't think I have the energy or the mental capacity to mess around with this printer. Luckily, I printed a bunch of stuff that I need to be able to ship some stuff out. So I have a buffer. You know what I'm saying? Not the greatest buffer, but it's all right. And I actually printed some of the other stuff, the same model on this one, which prints quicker, which is cool. And so, but this is printing like a 2-day job. And so, yeah, I'm going to work on this coding thing because right now my mind is kind of like focusing on that and some other tasks, some post radio show promo stuff. So I'm going to work on those things. And then maybe later when it cools down, maybe I might see what I can do because it's stuck. And this thing, when it gets stuck, it's a pain to take out. And so, yeah. So, well, you know what? I might try some stuff. Maybe that'll work. I'm going to try something, and then we'll see if that works. All right, but get y'all back to work so I can get to work. And thanks for hanging out. I'll see you around 15 minutes after the hour, depending on how, focused I'm on something. And till then, I wish you much productivity. I'm going to send y'all off with this track from one of my favorite producers of all time, Nujabez, featuring a really dope MC that goes by the name of Honey B. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you around 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. All right? Nujabez featuring Honey B. Thank you. All right, y'all be easy. Peace.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I think all the show love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love